For several years, I've been building automated order processing for distributors that takes orders from email, PDF, and spreadsheets and enters it directly into your ERP in a fully validated order. I'm about to show you how it works and why it can eliminate almost all of your manual order entry. Order processing is usually an invisible cost because it comes out of salaries. But if you do the math, it often comes out at around $20 per order. It varies per company. So if you're doing about 1,000 orders a month, that could be $20,000 in cost. It also means that if you're doing small orders where you have less than $20 in profit, those orders are actually costing you money. It costs you more to process them than you actually make from the order. So we can solve that problem and increase your margins and profit by automating it and reducing that cost down by, usually we can get 90%. I've built a software to do this. So we simply forward emails to it, then it reads them, builds the order, optionally lets you or your team review it, and then pushes the fully validated order into your ERP. It also learns from any corrections you make, so you have to make less corrections over time. Let's test it out. So I've got an email here, I'm sending it into the automation. I've got a PO, it's urgent. And then we've got our PDF attached. This is actually an image, which is also fine. And if we have a look at it, this is an AI generated one that was supposed to be kind of terrible. So it's got some handwriting here, some coffee stains. It's slightly tilted to the side, but actually it's pretty reasonable. The text is all very clear. Everything's, or most things have got labels as to what the information is. So I'm expecting this to process fine. You'll sometimes get worse results if the text is unclear or if there's information without labels that are kind of like smacked back to back, so it's hard to tell what's what. But generally speaking, most invoices that have been generated on a computer are going to process totally fine. Okay, so we'll hit send on that one, and then we'll jump into our software. So this is the interface. This is the home page, and we can see here on the left, these are all of our emails. Now mine are very conformed because I've been doing some testing. Usually you'll get junk mail and spam and anything that gets forwarded in here, depending on how clean your forwarding is, but not all of these will get processed. We can see here only some of them are actually linked to an order. The rest of them were for some reason considered to be not an order email. On the right here, we've got our actual orders. So if I refresh this, we'll see that we've got our new one coming in. It's in the processing status currently, and it was considered to be an order, and so it has been linked to an order. And over here, we've got that order. It doesn't have the information yet. It's still processing. So we'll give it a few more seconds. This can take up to 3 to 5 minutes. In real life, what that'll look like is emails will come in, and by the time your team gets to them, they're already being fully processed. There we go, it's completed now. Okay, and now it's gone to passed status. Okay, perfect. So that took, what, a minute, 2 minutes, something like that. So what we can see is we've got 3 panels here. On the left, we've got all of our different orders. We can quickly switch between them. In the middle is all of our information. And on the right is our source data. So we've got the actual email there, and we've got the PDF, and it's in a preview, so we can very quickly and easily compare and check. The left and right keys on our keyboard will quickly expand and collapse that. Everything has hotkeys, so we can move through this really quickly without actually having to use the mouse at all. Okay, so up the top, we've got the date this came in, who it was from, the email subject line there, and a link so that we can paste that to a colleague, and they can come immediately into the screen. Some information about who it was from, sender, extracted references, etc. Okay, but the key things are these colored blocks. Now, each one of these is a piece of information that's been extracted. This is the default set. If you come on board, you can choose if you want more or less of these items here. We also have custom fields. Okay, so blue means that it matched it and it's pretty happy with it. Orange means that it didn't match it, but it's not marked as one of our required fields and settings. And red means that it didn't manage it. Now, I think it actually did pull some order lines. It's just loading still. There we go. So now we've got 10, is it 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10 order lines, which matches here. Perfect. Now we can click on any one of these, and that will allow us to edit it. So for example, here we've got Northridge Industrial Supplies. Now actually we don't have Northridge. I haven't entered them into this example yet. So earlier I trained it that Northridge should just go to North River because I'm too lazy to enter this customer. But you can very quickly here search through your different customers. And once you match them once, you can see that it's now learned for next time. Now there is a button here where we say, hey, don't learn. Maybe this is a once-off or something weird, and we don't want to save that. We can hit don't learn. We've got our addresses here. We can select existing addresses for this customer, or it'll generally try and pull the one from the purchase order if there was one. So we've got billing, shipping, PO number, PO date, currency. It didn't pull a reference off here, only the PO number, and we got that requested delivery date. So that's all looking good. Custom fields, we didn't have any. You can add extras if you want. And then we have our order lines. So on the left here, you can see what was extracted. and the right what we matched it to in our ERP. So for example, they've sent through this line that said stainless steel bolts M8. So we've got that here and 100 of them. And so we've matched that 100. The unit was each, they didn't give a unit. And here we've got stainless steel bolts. If we click on this, we can get our SKU, and our external ID is the ERP ID. Cool, so we can go through and change that. These all look pretty good, to be honest. I'm not seeing any issues there. Some of these are poorly set up, so like realistically, if it's a 25 pack, it depends how you got your ERP set up, but you could put that as a different unit of measurement instead. But for now, they're set up as each on this demo. Okay, the parts here that we'll learn, it will learn the different names for customers. Sometimes they have different business names or refer to themselves in different ways, so that will get learned. And also these different names of the products, they will get learned. So we've got the don't learn button here as well. We can also choose to add it as an alias for all customers. So by default, this is going to be per customer. Like this customer calls it, this is their SKU, their internal whatever, and it means our product of this, right? But sometimes it's just like a steel bolts, for example. Maybe all customers might do that. That can be a global kind of alias for everyone. Otherwise, it's just per this customer. We, of course, also save addresses. To see and edit what we've saved, we can go into Save Matches here. So we can see general product aliases. Currently, we don't have any. Customer, like individual product names. Currently, we don't have any. Let's add one of those. How are we going to do this? Okay, let's totally screw up the data and say, okay, when you when the customer says stainless steel bolts M8, they actually mean a two-seater couch. Okay, so very incorrect, but it'll allow us to see here, we've now got customer product names. When North River Trading say this, they mean that. Okay, and we can edit or delete that. Okay, we've also got URM aliases. So if you call it a pack, a bundle, sometimes those things all mean the same thing. And then customer aliases. Okay, so here's where I put in the Northridge Industrial Supplies actually means North River Trading. Okay, if we go back to our training queue, I want to show you a couple of hotkeys here. So this order is pretty good. I'll see if I can find one that was worse. Okay, so here we've got ones that didn't match the products. So if we press Shift and question mark, we can see some of our hotkeys here. So we've got light dark mode. We can jump between orders. We can jump between blocks. That's issue blocks, which is ones that are not blue, or all blocks if we also hold Shift, and we can open and collapse that. So if we go Control Shift up and down, we can jump between different fields, and you can see it automatically goes into the first field, so we can just start typing. If we hit Tab, we can jump between things. Shift Tab goes backwards, and Control up and down will go just between the issue blocks, so it'll skip all the blue ones. Okay, so that's how we can navigate quickly with just the keyboard using shortcuts. The idea is with the color coding and the shortcuts, this should be really quickly to breeze through, review, make any changes. Once the AI knows how things should be interpreted, then it will start to go a lot faster. There's two ways you can use that. Either you use the AI as your kind of data entry and you always review it. So each order gets two people looking at it, one AI, one human. Or once it starts to get good, you can just say, look, if everything matches, push it straight through to the ERP without review. Okay, so that's when you start to get really little time spent on entering orders, which is lovely. Up the top here, once it's confirmed, we can send it to the ERP. This one's not allowing us because we don't have our products finished here. But if we went back to our one that was fully correct, we can hit confirm all, which will basically just is the same as pressing this green tick beside each block. And then once everything is approved, you can see it's all kind of in this white, same layout as you'd expect a regular purchase order. Now that step is not necessary. You don't have to do that. You can just hit send ERP. And it went complete in the status and it's disappeared now. We can still see it if we want to go back to our home page here. We can see that order line there. The status is approved. If we click on it, we can come back in here. By default, this side panel only shows the ones that need attention though. Okay, the last thing I want to highlight is settings. I'm not going to go through all of them. This is not a training, but just to show you what's possible. So first of all, accepted from and blocked emails. Sometimes you only want to have emails that are coming in from one particular forwarding address or, block certain ones. This is just for security to make sure no one else can push orders into here. You've got your preferred date format, your preferred ERP name, and then we have order fields. So we can actually define what kind of fields do we want to extract from our orders. So if you are some sort of specialty company, there's information on your orders that is non-standard, you can simply set it up here and give the instructions for how that should be extracted. That's for the overall order. You can also do the same thing on individual lines. Okay. You can set which fields are required for you. Do you always need a billing address or not? Do you always need a PO number or not? And then do you want to allow to create new customers? For example, if you're constantly getting new customers, that might be a normal thing. Whereas if you kind of need to set them up in your system first, we'd usually leave that off. So just a few options there. There are other settings, but we won't go into them today. So if you're currently manually processing email orders and would like to save time, just reach out and we can implement the system for you as well. Generally, we can save you about 90% on your order entry, which means either that money all goes into profit, or if it is, for example, salespeople's time, that time all goes into them selling more, which should hopefully eventually result in more profit anyway. If this was useful and you'd like to see more about how I'm automating distributor businesses, hit the like and the bell and you'll see more of my videos. Awesome. Have a great day.